But yeah, just whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
You're doing the thing. I'm not.
Okay, I'll do a clap. 1, 2, 3. Welcome back to Defining Moments Podcast. My name is Wong Lam, and today's very special guest is the auctioneer of J.K. Parker Auction Services and is a rancher and owner of
Parker Cattle and Land Company.
Boom! Jeff Parker, welcome to the podcast, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. So, I don't know if you remember how we reached out to you on Twitter. You talked to thousands of people, we have thousands of tweets, but we'll talk about the details from our first conversation. It's just, hey, my name is Wong Lam, and I'm really interested in what you do. And we talked about farming and ranching and how I enjoy the culture of it. And I was like, may I give you a call sometime? You're like, well, my number's on the website. I was like, okay. So search your website, and we had a great conversation.
I'm glad you did.
One detail that we got, or I got out of it, was that you like Mexican beer.
Oh, yeah.
So you're an auctioneer.
Yes, sir.
How does an auction start? Like, so if I have a bag of something,
Okay.
of some things, and I want to start, let's say, I say it's worth $50, or I want to start the bid at $50. How would you go about?
So if I'm selling that one item for you and you want at least $50 out of it,
Yes, sir.
I'll start at $5, $10, work up to the 50 and keep on going. You start low, you bring it on up.
Okay, so let's just say
Most time we'll fly right on by you.
Well, here's a little something
Uh-oh.
for you from us.
Oh, you can't show this to the public.
Oh yeah, we can show anything to the public.
Corona. Dos Equis? The Dos Equis? All right, Dos Equis. Oh,
Yes.
okay. The snack size. I guess I'm supposed to look at the camera every now and then, ain't I? Thank you.
You're welcome. So I do pay attention to the details. I remember the conversations.
Even though you don't drink alcohol.
Even though I don't drink alcohol.
Smart man.
Well, you know, we also have some stuff for you and the missus.
Okay.
Here's this for you.
Oh! I guess supposed to unroll it, look official.
Yeah.
I guess turn around the defining moments.
Yes, sir.
See, we'll keep it this way the rest of the things so nobody can see my face.
Now let's see the face.
All right. That's pretty.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely. One of those for you, and one of those is for your wife too. And this is one I'm really excited about. One of one.
The one of
the
one.
Color scheme.
Hereford color. Now you want to see something funny?
Yeah.
Me with the cap on. Now. The two different.
This is a signature. I like it.
But I can put a cap on, shave my mustache. I can go rob a bank. Nobody knows who I am.
I know you don't like to wear hats inside.
I wear caps.
But can you leave that on?
Yes, I can do.
Yeah. Man.
I was raised to take your hat off indoors.
Yeah.
Don't need my dad or granddad slap my head off.
I'm with you. It looks good on. It's a good look. So how's your day been so far today?
Dead run. Just had a sick cow and took her to the vet and got her worked on, and then went and checked some more and come here.
What's a dead run mean?
About as fast as you can drive here, there, yonder.
Yeah.
Just trying to be too many places at one time, so you just get there.
Yeah.
Not that I break the speed limit every now and then, yes.
Just every now and then.
Yes.
Yeah. I've actually had the chance to not only talk to you on the phone and then obviously have dinner with you and your wife, along with Margie, my wife, but I also had the chance to come out and just hang out and on your ranch, your farm, and check out all your cattle. So what's special about the Hereford?
They're the most docile breed. They're gentle, but in this cow market, people want to call black baldy. So they take a Hereford bull, put them on a black cow, and get the white face.
Okay.
Oh, I don't want to say this. I'll just shut up right there before I go to anything political. But,
Oh, okay. I mean, it's not a
well,
political podcast, so you can talk about what's on your mind.
well, it's people think Angus, certified Angus beef.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good marketing scheme years ago by the Angus Association. There's not a bit of difference between Angus and Hereford. But you cross a Hereford with the Angus, you got the best cross for meat and all that. But people are going to do what they get pretty much. Oh, it's tough being nice. The marketing aspect. People fall into a lot of these marketing traps, and that's what they got to have. That's the best of the best. But not taking anything against Angus guys, but that's how it all started. I mean, because Hereford used to be the dominant breed. Now they're coming back strong.
Well, we're excited because we have ordered Larry from you.
I just called him Larry, being a joke.
We're calling him Larry because that's his name now.
Well, dinner yesterday, that's where it started. About Chuck. Why named Chuck? Well, because it wasn't named Fred. He was just being a smart aleck.
Yeah.
I just said Larry just to say Larry.
Yeah.
You name it what you want to. I don't care.
There used to be I don't know if it's, I can't remember. There's a steakhouse, but it had like a big cow in front of it. And I want to say it was a sirloin steakhouse.
You're right.
But is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it's still around.
Yeah, there's sirloin off of 240 on South Side, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. Because the only place, I want to say only place, but my favorite place is going to Cattleman's. Cattleman's is
It's a good steak.
Yeah.
Plus, we got to go there.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. What are maybe a couple or a few, if you like to elaborate, misconceptions of maybe the beef industry?
As in, what are you trying to get at for misconceptions? There's so many misconceptions that we're cruel to our animals, and
and that's what I'm saying is like, I don't, how I put this, and I'll be unfair.
We're not cruel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think
we live with them, we baby them, we take care of them.
Right.
People get mad, well, they don't want injections. Well, I'm sorry, you vaccinate your kids, we vaccinate cattle.
Yeah.
Get over it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want 100% grass-fed beef, it's going to be the toughest beef you've had in a long time because it takes slower to grow. Mm-hmm. But we provide what our customers want.
Yeah.
Feed it the good way, you'll have good tender steaks.
Right. And that's what I was alluding to, is I feel like,
I'm not saying they're going to be that tough, but it's not going to be up to my standards.
I got you. What's your standard?
Give you the best I can give you.
That's true.
If I can't provide it 100%, then why do it?
Yeah.
And that's pretty much every cattleman.
Yeah. I think so too. I feel like.
Yeah. I'm connecting to the internet. Is that my phone? Trying to connect?
No. I like that mentality because I feel like that's the way it should be with just people. If you need to give 110%, and you can't give your best product, you can't give your best effort, then literally don't give it all. Don't half-fast it.
Right. Right. I mean, there's better producers than me out there.
Yeah.
And I'm better than some. I mean, it's just, I try to provide quality over quantity.
Yeah.
But I'm more what they call a seed stock producer, selling replacement animals to go into somebody else's herd.
Oh, I got you.
I'm not geared to get them to the feed yard and then to the processor. Mm-hmm. They're all going to get butchered in the end anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it's an old cow or she'll be ground up in the hamburger, or if you have problems. But it's a life cycle. You're going to live and you're going to die.
Yeah. I agree. That's been my whole thing.
So get mad, people. I don't care. It's the truth.
It is the truth. We're dying every day. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And it's the hold truth.
Yes.
And that's all there is, the circle of it.
Either you're a hunter or a gatherer. That's it.
Yeah. Hunt or be hunted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with you. What's a mindset like? What's your mindset like in the country versus someone who's in the city like myself? You can take me, for example.
Well, yes, you're a Second Amendment supporter. But, you know how to handle a weapon.
Yeah.
You showed me that.
Yeah.
But you don't have somebody to have your back. You got to take care of yourself. Mm-hmm. I mean, you saw where we're at the ranch. You call the police, it's going to be 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours to get there. Well, you're on your own. Mm-hmm. If you can't handle it, then you can't just run to the grocery store. It's just not right around the corner.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I mean, you can put me 100 miles from nobody and I'd be happy.
Yeah.
And you got to get that mindset because you're there.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of mindset, your day is different every day.
Yes, I start with a plan.
Yeah.
But it's always subject to change, just like this morning.
Right.
I knew it was going to happen, but I tried to schedule it for later this afternoon with that cow, but that didn't happen. Needed it in this morning.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you wake up, what's your mindset as far as if things were to go in Parker's way? What would your day look
Nothing
like?
ever goes Parker's way. I get up, get me a cup of coffee. I go out and turn the dogs loose, feed what animals around the house, check waters, come back in, get my second cup, look at Twitter then, and then, okay. That's, I got a plan, but it don't happen. I mean,
yeah.
It may start good, but
yeah.
I never have enough hours in the day. Something always needs to be done.
Mm-hmm. What got you into cattle?
My dad and granddad started back before I was born. Mm-hmm. So that's where the P5/ comes in. There was 5 of us Parker grandkids, and that was for our college fund. And I didn't go to college, and I'm the only one still in the cow business. So that's how it started.
So you're one of 5
of grandkids.
Of grandkids that are still in the cow business.
Now I'm the only one left.
Why is that?
Well, Granddad always says, once you got cow shit on your boots, you'll always have cow shit on your boots. So, excuse my language, but it's...
Oh, that's fine.
Or cow manure. Let's rephrase that. Well, I'm used to a mic.
Cow manure. That sounds like something I can go buy at Home Depot. Cow shit's different.
Yeah. It's green. It's fresh. It's new. It's not your store-bought, dried, burnt up, all the nutrients gone.
Exactly.
Because most time they run them things through a heater to kill any wheat seeds in there. So you won't be getting it in your little gardens or... Well, I'm serious. You don't...
Right.
There's a whole world out there that most people don't see. Mm-hmm. You take fresh manure, you put... There's grass seeds, there's grain seeds, that's how everything gets cross-contaminated.
Yeah.
Just like I was telling you about the blackberries. A bird eat it and drop a seed, okay, now a new blackberry shows up, or a deer or cow or...
That's true, because on those blackberries, you had a whole bunch of them onto the west side of your pond, and then when you got closer to the east side, you had just 1 or 2 scattered. Just talking about the bird seed.
Right.
Yeah.
Which I'll go up there and spray them and kill them off again.
Yeah.
It's just a never-ending fight. But there again, you're dealing with rain. If it's too wet, you can't get out there to spray. Mm-hmm. Then, if it's going to rain, you don't dare spray because then it washes the chemical off. Every chemical's got... That's where Joe uses that. Get Joe's cap.
Yeah, let's get Joe's cap. Here we go.
Joe sent me a cap, so...
I like it.
You got one of the extras.
Now I have one, and I'll wear it proudly.
Yes, I like caps. I wear them welding and stuff like that, or if the wind's blowing. My hat stays on till about 55, 60 mile an hour winds, then I get tired of having it cranked down all day.
It's 55, 60 mile an hour wind, pretty strong.
Yeah, but you'd already lost a cap if you had it on.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm not being mean, but
That's true. That's true.
but that's what these things are designed for. Here's my wind gauge. I don't know if you noticed that day you went out, whichever way the wind blew, my head was kicked a little that direction.
Yeah. How long have you been on Twitter?
Officially, about 2 years.
Because let's see. I
think it shows a 2016, but
Okay.
my daughter started account so I could like her husband's page. And I never did do anything, for 2 or 3 years. And then I got to following or stalking people, And then they finally drugged me into the conversation because they said something I didn't agree with, and that just started from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like your Twitter game is rather strong and rather.
I don't know it's not a game.
Well, your comments or your tweets, they are rather raw and authentic. It's what you feel. Do you get pushback from just from people on Twitter?
No, generally nobody. I mean, I'll lock horns with somebody from time to time, but generally it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
Because if I call you out, I call you out. Because I'm a firm believer in what I think.
That's true.
I'm not out here to win friends or influence people.
Right. I'm glad. No, I'm not an influencer.
I mean, yes, I'm in the business, auction business, cow business, but I'm just not out to start a fight. But
right. How do you deal with negativity? Let's say social media first.
I don't worry about it. I mean, I'm negative. I plan every day, plan for the worst. And then if it don't happen, it's all good. Mm-hmm. So I guess I'm a negative person because I'm ready for not the right stuff.
Yeah. You ever get people on Twitter being negative towards you?
I have a couple, but I can name names. Just like what you got into the other day.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's where I'll step up and not trying to be the savior, but I don't mind going toe-to-toe with them people because you don't deserve to be harassed or belittled or.
Yeah. No, I appreciate that, and that translates to actual real life too. Because when we had dinner at Cattleman's, and I drove off, and there was that.
Go ahead and call it what it is.
What they call? Was it like a homeless guy?
Yeah, homeless guy or bum.
Bum.
I call him a bum.
The bum was trying to ask for money.
Yeah, that's my wife and your wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
So see, shame on you for not waiting till your wife drove off.
100% right.
You're expendable. She's not. Well, I'm serious. I mean, your partners.
That's right.
You take care of your partner's back. I've seen her workout videos, so she could kick your butt too. So maybe you did the smart move. Maybe she's the protector of the family. I don't know. What? I'm sorry. See, don't take me down a rabbit hole.
No, this is good. This is good. Well, because Margie called me on the way home from that night, and she had just absolute respect for you standing up and what you did. So.
Well, I felt bad afterwards because that was the first time I met her, and she didn't need to see me flop up like a banny rooster.
Well, I brought that up because that's the truth. I mean, what you said you take up for people, that's exactly what you do in real life. And so
it was my wife and your wife there.
Yeah.
You just soon have somebody step up instead of everybody, like nowadays, they turn their stupid back or let's get my cell phone out and videotape this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean.
It's true. I don't understand that either. There's a fight. And instead of trying to break it up.
They stand back with a video camera.
Their cell phone and they're recording it. And they're for likes or retweets. I don't know what it's for. Maybe it's because they don't know what to do.
Well, generally, by the time something's going on, I don't think about grabbing a phone.
No.
I mean, that's the furthest thing from my mind.
Yeah. Well, it's like when you see people, I don't know how they video each other doing great things, great deeds. Oh, I'm giving a pair of sandals to someone. Like, well, it should be pretty authentic. So if it's authentic, There's no.
Why stage it?
Yeah. Why,
This like this. This is stupid staged.
this is a stage because this is actual conversation.
Well, yeah, but you're recording it, and
I can stop the recorder.
you probably get more out of me then too.
I can. Well, I feel for the.
Is that a phone or?
No, that's someone we.
Oh.
That's a problem with city folks. We live too close to each other, and
Well, I just heard something, and
yeah,
I'm deaf anyway. So,
you are.
well, pretty much. Been around loud noises all my life, so.
Yeah.
It's not okay. We're males.
Yeah.
We have selective hearing at times, but
We hear what we want sometimes.
well, if you turn the other way and talk, I can't hardly hear you.
Okay. Well, this is good.
But a male's voice, I can hear that. But you get a female's voice, it's like okay, whatever. Turn and face me. Let's get it on.
What drives Jeff Parker every day?
Jillian, a pickup or golf cart. That's what I drive. I knew you were going to ask this question. I'm me. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Honest, I can't answer that. I get up every day, start every day new, and let's go.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Well, no, you asked a question, I ain't answered it yet. I don't know how to answer it.
Yeah.
How do you start every day?
That's a good question. I try to prep the night before, hoping for the best, but
Prep. A prepper.
I do. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I am probably too structured. I try to be really prep for the day, and sometimes it doesn't work out. And honestly, my own personality, I get frustrated because I'm like, man, why?
Because you can't control it.
Because I can't control it. That's good. And so you hear all these, and you read these books and watch these shows, and all these people have thousands of different ways of starting their day, and this is how you're supposed to do it. Well, I think each person has their own way, and they get through it regardless.
Then what drives you?
That's a great question. What drives me is...
And I'm taking over your show here.
No,
you see
I
that?
love it. This is awesome. This is awesome.
You're going to lose control.
What drives me, honestly, is Margie, to do my best to provide for her. And sometimes the days, as you're kind of just prepping, thinking about, man, what lies ahead, does kind of suck. But I feel like that's okay. My parents also drive me to do my very best because I do represent them.
Right.
Whether I am at their house or in my own house, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Wong Lam still represents his family, his mom and dad, his wife Margie. And honestly, we're friends now. I represent you to a certain extent.
Do you?
Yes, because I don't want to be out in public and just act a fool. It's like, hey, that guy knows, he hangs out with Jeff.
It don't matter. Act a fool. I'm an idiot.
Well, but I
don't worry what people think.
I know.
If I want to do it, I'm going to do it. I don't have to think, let's see, should I or should I not do this?
Yeah. Well, if you have to think about it, then... But
if you have to think about it, you're already in trouble. You shouldn't have done it to start with.
Exactly. So...
And it's the spur of the moment. That's me. Let's go.
That's what drives me. My wife, my family, my friends.
So if we move one little piece out of the puzzle, that drives you nuts, huh?
A little bit. But I can pivot.
But why? Why does that drive you nuts?
Because I'm not in control at that point. And I used to be really bad at it. I've gotten a lot better.
But you're married, so she's got more control than you think.
You're right. She does. She offsets me.
So see, yeah.
Yeah, she's a great offset.
What is it, yin and yang or whatever?
Yeah, I don't understand the whole yin yang thing, but...
I tried to find you some fried rice today.
Fly lice.
Yes. I'm serious. I looked.
Did you?
I was going to bring some.
Yeah.
Just a joke. I mean, that's all you got to do. You got to laugh. If you can't laugh at yourself, then why do it?
That's true. That's true.
And why put on a fake front?
I agree, 100%. And a few weeks ago, you pulled up into the driveway, and you stayed here for about 4.5 hours. And it was just a great conversation. You weren't hesitant about coming onto the podcast. You were just making sure that you didn't hurt my...
I'm worried about your image.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got my brand. I mean, and you're starting on yours.
Right.
So that's where you got to choose your enemies wisely. Does that make sense?
Choose my enemies wisely.
Mm-hmm. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
Right.
Because the enemies will hurt you.
Yeah.
So you got to, I mean, I'm more worried about you being a animal rights activist and, well, no, I'm serious.
Mm-hmm.
There's one bad thing in the press, it hurts our industry.
Right. That's one of the first questions you asked me. You straight up asked me.
I didn't know you from Adam Saw Fox.
Yeah.
You probably never heard that.
I've never heard of it.
You'll learn all kinds of, we're going to teach you how to talk.
This is great.
But, I mean, I did know you.
Right.
Yeah, I talked to you on the phone, met with you, but still don't trust you 100%.
That's all right.
You see that wink? That's
I saw the wink.
Okay. And I'll pull your leg too, but no, you've seen videos where people are mistreating animals, and you're not going to get that.
Right.
Or if we do something, we're doing it for a reason. It's not just like sorting whips and stuff like that. It's just to help move the cattle. We're not hurting them.
Right. Yeah.
Trust me, you saw them cows.
You didn't even have to have a whip when you're...
No, out in the pasture, but when you're trying to move them down the alleyways or load them, you got to prod them along a little. But it's just a different life.
It is. But it's nothing bad or disrespectful. I mean, we consume the beef. And so we want to know that we can trust the source of where it's coming from.
Yeah. You somewhat seen the operation. You know where it's at. You know where it's coming from.
Absolutely.
You saw Larry.
Yeah. I did see Larry.
Oh.
Yeah.
But no, that's why I said, if you don't like that one, we put something else. I don't care.
No, Larry's good. Larry's good.
It's a Hereford Angus cross.
So how do you get the cattle to respond? When I went out there with you at two different parts, your ranch and then by your house, you own them. But how did you get them to come to you?
You show
voice?
up for food.
Well,
don't you? If your wife hollered dinner's ready, you come running.
Yeah.
That's me with cows. They know when it's feeding time. When I holler, or it's just training.
Yeah.
Your bucket broke. You just don't know it.
Oh, what?
Bucket broke.
What's bucket broke?
Like feed bucket.
Oh.
When your wife hollers or rattles dishes, you hear that pan rattling. You know, it's chow times. You don't have to be told.
Right.
And if they have to tell you twice, you deserve to miss a meal.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But it's just nature.
Yeah.
They associate me with feed.
Yeah.
So.
Did you ever have days, I guess, or even weeks where you just didn't want to do this anymore?
Every day.
Every day? Wow. You're so good at it, though.
There's something always tearing up. I mean, it's just like anything. Mm-hmm. You got tear-ups and you think, well, I could be sitting on a beach someplace instead of spending this money for whatever.
Yeah.
Just kick back, relax. But I can't relax.
Why is that?
I just sit on the front porch and drink beer all day. That's what I tell everybody.
Yeah, you tell me that, but you don't do that.
No. But no, look at the money we spend on feed or pickups, or that money could go to vacations. We don't go on vacations.
Yeah.
We don't go golfing every day or every weekend, or well, now some guys do. But what? I'm serious. Huh?
No, you're like, well, some guys do.
Well, they do.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
I don't, but yeah.
I know some ranchers stuff, they'll go golfing during the week, and that's fine.
Yeah.
You need to get away from it.
Right.
But
You can't get away from it.
I can get away for a little bit. But if I'm away, I'm always, okay, this, wherever I go, that's something else I'm thinking, still got to get this done.
Yeah.
You can't let that bother you. Fix it when you can.
When was the last time you took a vacation? Away for a week?
I guess, what was it, 8-10 years ago? Went to Cozumel for a week. Went down there and went scuba diving, so never dove the ocean, so.
Why not do it in the Gulf?
Well, they said go dive the ocean so you can see, so.
Yeah.
Went down there with a bunch of people from Oklahoma here, and went down there and did the herd diving, where everybody's in a big group, ball falls off the boat, we're all going this direction. That's not fun.
It wasn't?
No, I just seem to be out doing my own thing. I was taught to work underwater and all that, but really just take a vacation, no. Well, I call the state fair, Oklahoma State Fair and Tulsa State Fair, my vacation, even though it's working.
Mm-hmm.
That's where granddaughter, showing her cattle.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm sitting there all day at the fair, and I get to visit with people that go by. So,
educate them.
Well, yeah, I try to. If they ask questions, I'll answer any question.
You're involved in the Future Farmers of America.
I knew that question was coming.
Yeah.
Well,
someone asked on Twitter, but that's a good question, and that's something I'm interested in. So I think we had a little bit of a conversation on the way out to your ranch about the FFA kids.
Do you know what FFA stands for? Do you remember?
Yes.
Or did you look it up?
No, I've known that for a long time.
Okay.
It's even when I was in high school.
Okay.
So I've had a few friends that showed, like I told you, they showed, one of my friend Daniel Roberts showed pigs, and he would show up to soccer practice in high school because his jeans were covered in mud, and he's like, people were like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, she's showing a pig.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, that's cool.
Right.
Yeah. And he lived on a farm. That's one of the guys I actually hung out with. My parents loved it when I hung out there with them because it's waking up super early, doing feeding. It's just not feeding. It's like everything around.
Right.
The whole entire.
There's something going on all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. So your involvement with the FFA.
Yeah, I've been involved with them.
Yeah. What drives you to do that?
Well, that's future generation for agriculture kids coming with. It don't have to be farming, don't have to be cattle. They can be involved with feed sales or seed sales or scientists like Joe.
Yeah.
There's so much involved in agriculture, especially with the technology nowadays, with the computers. But an ag kid, they'll get a job because they know how to work. Mm-hmm. Unlike some of these lazy little soccer kids. And well, go ahead, you're a soccer guy, but I'm just saying, some of these kids, all they know how to do is play Xbox or. I'm trying not to go down a rabbit hole here.
No,
But a lot of these kids don't have the drive. And the parents aren't making them have the drive.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of spoiled, rotten little brats running around. You see it in these restaurants or stores. You're going to have to edit a lot of this stuff out.
Why? This is good. This is truth, though.
Well, it is, but you got little hellions running around the store.
Yeah.
Just screaming, hollering, tearing up stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to give their kids better than what they had it. But by God, you got to earn it. Just don't give it to them.
That's such a great tidbit. What you said is, I want to give my kids more than what I had. And then yet they're just giving it. And so, to your point, earning it.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's trust, respect, anything, you've got to earn that type of.
Right.
But yeah, you're absolutely right. And so you would take a soccer player.
Well, I'll just use that. I mean,
well, I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it versus a FFA kid. And let's just take Daniel because that's my.
I mean, I shouldn't have said soccer kids because they're athletes. I mean, they train for what they do. Ag kids train for what they do.
Sure.
But if it rains, soccer game's canceled.
Yeah, I mean,
if it rains, you still got chores to do.
Yeah.
If it's cold, you still got chores to do.
Yeah.
If it's snowing, you're not going to be out there playing soccer unless you're professional or.
True. That's it. That's it right there.
You got animals to take care of morning and night.
Right.
Yes, you may train. Like I said, I'm not trying to.
Well, no.
I don't cuss any man's operation.
No.
Honest, I don't.
I know. Well, I'll just take it from me knowing some of my friends and they get their kids a dog, for instance, because the kid wants a dog. But you're not taking care of the dog. The kid's not taking care of the dog. And then the parent has to take care of the dog.
Yes.
And the parent's got to work. And the kid doesn't understand that because the kid's not taught that, hey, my mom and dad have to work 8 or 9 hours a day. And while they're at work, what can you do to help?
Oh, my daddy used to line me out. That's what you're going to get done today.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he's gone working for the railroad and stuff, he'd give me a week's worth of work to do in one day. You better have it done.
Or else.
Well, that sounds bad. Or else he wouldn't kill me or anything like that. But
right.
But his old saying, he's taught me to work because if I starved to death, it's my fault. If he hadn't taught me to work and starved to death, it'd been his fault. Mm-hmm. So I learned how to do just about everything. Had some good educators, him and my granddad.
Yeah.
They forgot more than I'll ever know.
Yeah.
And that's the old generation, old school.
Yeah. That's interesting. My father is 70, so the generation that he grew up in, from Vietnam to here, is about hard work and learning and teaching, and not just giving it to my brother and I.
Right.
I remember that we didn't have money growing up, a lot of money, so we didn't have enough money to even buy an electric weed eater to trim around the brick. So they would buy us pruners.
Yeah.
And we would prune around the brick.
Yes, what's wrong with that?
No.
You had nothing but time.
Yeah, and we picked weeds.
Yes.
From our yard. We laid our own sod. I mean, there's all stuff that.
My mom, years ago, when she met my grandmother for the first time, she asked my grandmother, if she needed some help. My grandmother's response was, yeah, I'll just look around. There's something to do someplace, just do it. Just look around, there's something to do.
That's so true.
And I've always told my kids, if you can't find something to do, I'll give you something to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you think, the FFA...
I don't think.
No, well, the FFA kids, though, I feel like it's a different mentality to a certain extent.
Well, they learn public speaking and,
mm-hmm.
I mean, there's so much stuff. It's just, if you're into horticulture, I mean, you don't have to be animals. There's auto mechanics, or not auto mechanics, what do they call it? For the shop built stuff, like your Trump flag.
Oh, yeah.
Ag mechanics, what they call it.
Yeah.
But teaches them how to cut, weld. I mean, you don't have to just do animals. It's just a big teaching today how to survive with next to nothing is what the FFA, to me, is teaching these kids.
Yeah.
And the kids that are in ag, they want to be in ag. Yeah, it's easy. It's not a hard class. Yes, they got book work to do, not all the time, but a lot of kids take ags just because it's an easy street, but it's not. They give them something to do.
Yeah.
But you look forward to going to that class instead of, oh God, I got to go to English. I got to go to math. Well, I'm serious.
Right. Yeah, that's true. And we love that Trump flag. Yeah. You actually put it up.
It went for an auction. Yeah.
A blue one.
Yes.
And it sold and we wanted one. And so you're like, hey, I know a guy.
Yes.
And there's times that, Parker, I think you are that guy.
No.
Yeah.
No, I knew the ag teacher. He's the one who built it.
Yeah.
That's why I said I know a guy.
Yeah. Did you ever give him the check yet?
No, it's still with this who knew flu stuff hit. I've called him. He's been out of town tracking pigs down for FFA kids, the ag teachers just don't sit idle. I mean, they got to teach class all day long. Plus, then they got to help take care of their kids' animals too.
Even with the kids out of school because of the who knew flu.
Yes, it don't stop.
Right. Yeah. So do you deliver cattle, or do people come and pick up?
Yeah, I just pick them up, put them on my shoulder, and carry them where you need to go.
Do you transport them?
Yes, I transport
in a trailer.
I'm sorry. I've been trying to be too serious. You'll never get a straight answer out of me when I want to.
Well, it's true. If I put the video out there, or Margie put the video out there on Twitter, and that's what you see, then
that's what it is.
Yeah, it's open for.
You put anything out there, it's open for.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you can't handle it, don't put it out there.
That's 110% correct. Yeah, if I can't handle it, I can put it out.
So what's your thought on these ag people? Since you're getting sucked into the tangled web.
Yeah, I really enjoy the ag. No, I really do. And Margie will attest to that too. It's raw, and I feel like you get educated. And if you don't, let's say, and it's not about having thick skin or thin skin, but if you don't read into it like just for what it's worth, and you start to get butthurt about it, then I think that's on you as me. If I start to get butthurt on a question I asked and you answered it, I didn't know the answer, but you answered it and I took it the wrong way. Well, that's on me.
Right. Because if you ask these guys a question, or girls, they're going to tell you that.
That's exactly right.
And if somebody don't agree with the answer they give you, they're going to chime in and get a side argument going.
Yeah. Another thing that I really appreciate about the ag community is, man, it's just the girls are doing what the guys are doing with tractors. Their kids are operating
big equipment.
Tractors.
There's no gender equality or whatever it's called. There's on your farms and ranches, everybody's the same.
Yeah.
But the ladies get mad on this, but you still have to respect them as a lady.
For sure. That should never go away.
Right.
Unfortunately.
And I know a lot of these ladies will outwork the men.
Yeah.
They'll put them to shame, but you still have to. Trust me, if your wife is there when I'm working cattle, first time I ever took my wife to work cattle, I apologized before we even got there. I said, whatever I say or do during the day, just totally disregard. Because I'm going to hurt your feelings somehow. Mm-hmm. It's going to happen. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just tempers flare. It's still going to happen.
Yeah. And that's respectful, and that's fair too. You're giving...
Just like a coach, like you played soccer.
Yeah.
Coach getting on to you for doing something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And you thought you did it right. You've had shootings before, haven't you?
I'm sorry?
You've had shootings.
Oh.
From a coach.
From a coach?
Mm-hmm.
From my mom? From my dad? From teachers?
Yes.
From my parents' friends every once in a while? Especially the one, Daniel Roberts. On the farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's basically how it is
Oh.
working. I mean, it sounds like I'm a hard ass, but when you're working cattle, they got the mind of their own. You just got to know how to work them, kindler, gentler. It's called low stress handling.
Low stress.
They work better to the left than they do to the right.
Interesting. Why is that? They work better to the left?
Yes. You try to move cattle to the right, it goes against the grain.
Huh.
Like if you're trying to get them through a gate, if you work them to the left, it works.
Huh. Low stress handling. I like it.
Look at these. You don't know feed yards or stuff like that. Everything's set up. Loading chutes, everything. So they're always going to the left. And they're herd animals, so they're thinking they're going to turn around and come right back to where they come from.
I'm trying to think of how yours is set up. I think it is everything to the left.
That tub I showed you?
Yeah. That's
The
what
alley, take them down that alleyway. They turn around to the left. They're coming right back the same way they come from, straight in the squeeze chute. Now they have bud boxes, which that's out of your wheelhouse. That's an easy way to handle cattle by yourself. It's called a bud box.
Bud box. What's that?
It's just how the gates swing, and then they go down a little alleyway to the left. So it's called a bud box. You'll have to do research.
Okay. How many do you handle going into the gate? I mean, it's one at a time, but do they just have a holding area?
Well, yeah, you bring them in stages.
Yes, okay.
You don't want to bring. Okay. You don't want to open up a buffet to 100 fat girls all at once, do you?
No.
Let them in the stages.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I say fat girls, I'm talking cattle, not.
I know exactly what you meant. Because that's what I've heard that phrase before when I was out there with you. Yeah.
Well, they're girls.
Right.
Cows are your factories.
Yeah.
That's why we take care of our factories. Everybody's got to have a factory, whether they make your shoes or they come from a factory, and that's where your beef comes from. A cow.
Yeah.
So why hurt a factory? It's just that simple as I can get it.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Low stress, for sure.
And you saw out there counting them, it was very low stress.
Yeah.
Walking through them, looking at them. They're more worried about you than they were me.
They were, you're right. They were checking me out like, who's this dude?
Well, yeah, out there in shorts and boots. Pink shirt.
Yep.
I ain't never seen nothing like that in your life.
The cows are athletic too, by the way.
Are they?
Because I have some video footage of them running out to you when you're calling them.
Yeah.
And they're jumping over the little bushes.
Yes.
Out of the woodwork. Out of the shadows, if you will.
You go try to work them things out in the pasture. Try to catch one of them little calves running. You saw some calves running, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
They're fast.
They are fast.
And you're not fast enough.
No.
That's where the horses come into play, if need be.
And you do have a horse.
Yes, that's where the feed bucket comes in. I'm lazy. I'm old. I'm fat. The bucket broke. I holler, they come running. I'm serious. Kinder, gentler, easier way.
Yeah.
Too old to play cowboy anymore.
How did you do it back in the day then? With a horse?
Oh, yeah. And we had some feed buckets, but it's just mainly horseback.
So when you got on horseback, what do you just go and herd them and round them up?
Just like counting, like what we did. We went and counted, making sure what's there. That's what they call prowling pastures. You get on a horse and go right out of pasture and get in head count. Just like old Poke, he rides feedlots. He's a pen rider. He goes out and checks the cattle count, something's in there sick, he pulls them out to get them doctored.
Mm-hmm.
And he does that every day, 7 days a week.
Wow.
So,
do all the like Poke and Junior, they have their own?
not Dooner. He's not, well, he raises, I think, a pig every now and then, but he's just a friend.
Okay.
But what do you mean, like Peanut goes accounts?
Yeah.
We're always counting.
Okay.
But, well, it may be a week, like now during the summer coming on. I don't have to go check them every day. I will.
Mm-hmm.
If I hadn't seen them in a week, I'm going to go check. But generally, every other day, I'm getting a head count someplace.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
There is so much involved. You just don't realize it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be an accountant, a financial planner. You know, we get a paycheck once a year if we're lucky. We don't get a monthly or weekly paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
You never thought of that, did you?
No. I was wondering if you got paid every time you sold.
When we sell. But if you don't like the market or you're holding on to these till they get bigger.
Yeah, because you don't get paid. So it might be a year out.
Yes.
Kind of like Larry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most people don't realize that. It's just.
Yeah. There's a lot of things that I think a lot of, let's see how to put this, just we take for granted, people like myself take for granted.
You get up, you go to work.
Yeah.
You get your paycheck.
For sure.
If we get up, we go to work, we get our paycheck too. It's just a lot longer to get the paycheck.
Yeah.
So that's where you have to plan for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, I mean, because basically it takes 9 months for pregnancy, then 6 months to wean them. So you're looking at 15 months right there.
Yeah.
So that's 15 months before you can get a paycheck.
Yeah.
Just off of a little calf. Then if you say, people want them a year and a half old so they can breed them, so you're 3 years into it before you get a paycheck off of one calf.
So you think well, for me, I would have to probably start off in the red before I can get to the black, obviously, because I would have to invest in, first of all, buying acreage.
Yeah, you gotta.
Right, and feed.
But before you get into any agriculture, you want your infrastructure built. A lot of people buy acreage. Okay, yeah, it's fenced in. I'll put some cattle out there. Well, you don't have any pens. You don't have a squeeze chute. You don't have a pickup. You don't have trailer. That's where I'm saying your infrastructure.
Yeah.
You got to.
Just thinking about the question about what I think about the ag Twitter, the community. And if it wasn't for you, honestly, I don't know if we would be, cause I feel like the circle, I mean, you might have a whole bunch of ag handles, people, but I feel like it's a close-knit community still.
It is.
You know,
how did you stumble onto ag Twitter?
So I was talking to Margie. It's like, hey, so when we bought a cow last year, I was like, where's this cow coming from? And we bought from a friend that knows someone. And I was like, man, we need to know someone. We need to know like who. We need to contact to find out where a cow where we're going to get it from, and who can we support. And so when I first stumbled across yours, I thought it was just an auction, like you were just an auctioneer.
Was it the website or Twitter?
The website. And then I searched the Twitter for that account, and then your handle showed up.
Right. Even though it's transposed, cattle, Parker or Cattle Parker? Or, I don't know.
Yeah. And then so like, oh, hey. And that's when I started contacting you, and you thought I was with the, you were wondering if I was an animal rights activist.
Yes, because you reached out to me, and that's strange.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm serious. It's
Nah, I understand. I get it.
Because it was just different.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I don't mind you ask me a question.
Right.
In live or on Twitter, but
yeah,
it was just how you were going. I'm like, okay, this is just totally out of the ordinary. That was it.
Yeah. Yeah. I figured it was different, and so when you're asking this question on the phone, I was like, yeah. And I was just being as honest and transparent because I wanted to build a certain.
Yeah, you're trying to build a rapport too.
Yeah. I don't want you to think I was just some.
No, you're just a stalker. That's it.
I was just trolling you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it, and I feel like the ag Twitter very friendly.
And you just
very raw.
you're just on the tip of the iceberg. You don't know how broad this stuff is.
Yeah.
You follow Shock Farmer or anything like that, or
doesn't he have a podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob Sharkey, and you follow Jared McDaniel too, and he's another podcaster.
No, I'm talking about the sharp one. Yes.
Then you got the dry line farmer out of Amarillo, and I mean, there's Ron Hayes. You follow him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, he's the voice of ag for radio for Oklahoma. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow. And you also sit on the Oklahoma Cattleman Association too.
Yeah.
You're part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oklahoma Cattleman Association, the Hereford Association, the Oklahoma Hereford Association. And we're going to do an experiment here for you.
What's the experiment?
What's this? I'm going to show you I can do this.
We can air this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's this? You think I'm crazy?
A beer and a Reese's peanut butter cup?
Yes.
Woo.
There's nothing wrong with it.
No? I've never had that combo.
No, people, I'm not an alcoholic.
Oh, you can enjoy a beer or two.
Everybody knows I love my Reese's.
I love it.
What? What?
Oh, man.
Beer goes with anything.
That's true. I need to get my phone.
No, y'all are the one with all the followers with the exercising and the...
But that's real too. You know, the exercising, the enthusiasm that I have. It's real.
What's this freedom kick?
You know, that's a great question. And I'll keep this on air. Is from the time we started going through this lockdown, or I can't remember what the terminology they used, shelter
in place or whatever.
Yeah, the first week and a half, I was like, I let the fear creep in a little, and it kind of started paralyzing my day-to-day activity, like just. And I'm not talking about the work, but just like why am I feeling paralyzed? And is it getting to me?
Right.
And I was like, no, I cannot let this fear take my freedoms of walking outside away, getting outside, going on a drive, just doing things. Do I understand the medical side? No. But at the same time, you hear this side and this side. I'm not talking about Democrats or Republicans. I'm just talking about, you hear these doctors say this and these doctors say this. Mask, no mask. Stay inside, don't stay inside.
All the conflicting reports.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I had to make that judgment. Like, what am I going to do? And how am I going to go about it? Common sense, respect. If someone in my workspace wants me to wear a mask, or my job requires it because if we're in open space, okay, I'll abide by it. But if I'm in my own house or if I'm outside taking a walk,
you're out in fresh air with them trees.
Right.
They're producing oxygen for you.
Yeah. And so we live in the greatest country in the world. And why are we just
letting fear dictate yourself?
Bingo. And so I've been on the freedom kick for the last 2 months.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it because that's me. At first, it's starting to creep in. And I was like, I'm stronger than this. My mind is stronger than this because I know I'm dying every day.
That's the difference between a lot of city folk and country folk.
Yeah.
Is the fear factor.
Yeah.
We have storms coming, okay. We know we're going to be without power maybe a week or 2 days or...
Yeah.
We're not panicked. Y'all will lose power. Everybody, when's the power coming back on?
Yeah.
You don't know how to act.
Well, I'm going to raise my hand.
You do, but...
Because OG&E, our electric went out a couple weeks ago. You saw that little
where
video?
they got the transformer in.
And I was just back there visiting with him, and I had my Trump beanie on. And the guys thought that was really cool. They're like, hey, you're not afraid to wear that? I was like, why? We have freedom to wear what we want.
Yeah, and they're working men, so they're Trump supporters.
Yeah. And they're like, hey man, sorry it's taking so long to get the... I was like, it doesn't matter.
No.
Why would it matter? It doesn't matter to us because you guys are here. I don't know how to fix it. You guys do, so we appreciate you just taking your time to do it.
Yeah.
And that's how
they were doing their job.
Yeah.
Because you're a customer and they take care of the customer's needs.
Yeah. And Parker, we had great conversations, just 35, 40 minutes while we're waiting for a little Johnny 5 to get here with the robot.
Mm-hmm.
We're just hanging out, just chatting. And I was like, hey man, you guys want anything to drink? And we got water, but
they're all good.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's just people talking to people logically. But we have neighbors that were, when's electricity coming back?
Yeah. Okay.
Like, dude, hold on, man, just calm down.
Y'all could put me in an office. There's no way I'd work in an office.
Yeah, I couldn't see Parker in an office. No.
Well, how long have I been inside right now? About 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's unusual.
That's true. I'm glad you decided to come on and chat. I think it's great, and I definitely appreciate it.
Well, you're quite welcome.
It's not going to... I'm not worried about the following, and I appreciate you worrying about the brand, and...
It's called Defining Moments.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? Freedom!
Can I leave that in?
Yeah, I don't care. It's just me being a goober. What's a goober?
A candy?
An idiot.
Oh.
We got to get you educated.
Yeah. There's some stuff things that
I should have been quiet. Your wife's working.
She's just back there. She can't even hear it. Okay. I walked in there and I was like, hey. And she didn't hear me. But,
well, hopefully nobody can hear me.
Not live.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh.
The mic's not working. Did you test the mic beforehand?
I sure did. Before you came over.
With my voice instead of yours?
Mm-hmm. It's auto control, so I got...
Oh, you got idiot lights over there. Okay.
If they start blinking, I know that the volume's too loud.
Okay.
Yeah. And I can kind of see that. But the only time that I didn't have my fail-safe, I needed it the most when I was recording.
Right.
And the audio jacked up, and it was...
Okay, you can wrap it up. You were trying to wrap it up.
Huh?
You were wrapping up your video.
I was?
I could tell. Thank you for having it, being on. And
oh, no. I was like, what? No.
Well, I don't know how long all this takes.
No. Well, I'll have to do some editing because of our
Not worried about it.
some of the conversations
Yes.
for sure. Oh,
And I don't care if you leave it all in there, but the public can only handle so much truth.
yes, and especially if it doesn't fit their narrative.
Mm-hmm. And that's why you don't need the headaches. I'm serious. If you want to do something one of these days, we'll go down some rabbit holes. We can chase it till it's milk dry.
Yeah.
But that's where you choose your topic you want to talk about, and then it's going to branch from there. But
Yeah.
but that's where you got to be concerned about your fan base, not mine.
I'm trying, and I've been thinking about that for the last probably 4 weeks.
Since I talked to you about it,
Yeah, about the fan base. Because how I envision us, Margie and I, as a couple is just being as raw and authentic as we are. We like to have fun. We are serious at times, and we bring on guests with different, unique perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
And if that perspective offends you, then
You don't need
that's
to be.
life. Well, that's life. That's life. I can't be where everything is, oh, great all the time, because that's inauthentic. And it's like I was talking about earlier, you have all these leadership books, 1,000 different ways to get to the top. And it's written by 1,000 different people. And so from that point, you can just kind of carve out your own way. And to a certain extent, just getting
Everybody's got their own opinion.
Yeah.
This is how you need to do it. Those who can do, those who can't teach. Those who can do it, those who can't, write a book. Leave that in. I don't care, but it's true.
Yeah.
I can sit down and write a book,
Mm-hmm.
but what I'm trying to tell you ain't gonna come right out on paper
Yeah.
unless you're walking right beside me learning.
Yeah. They're calling you.
That's probably email.
Oh,
Yeah, it's email.
that's good. Yeah, I like that.
But that's gonna, if you put that out there, that's gonna offend the book writers or these research people or, oh, I love tweaking psychiatrists and stuff like that. I can get them so warped in the way of thinking. Just like I could get you just so riled up right now, it'd be pathetic.
Well, we should try that.
Want to get you riled up?
Yeah.
Well, you're a Trump supporter, right?
Well, so there's different levels of.
I know.
Okay. But yes, I'm conservative.
That's not what I asked.
Oh, am I Trump supporter? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is just simple yes or no questions.
Yes.
If you can't handle the truth, get out. Yes or no?
True. Yes.
You can't even answer simple.
Yes.
Are you worried about your neighbors?
On either side of me.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Have they ever done anything wrong to you?
Have my neighbors done anything wrong to me yet? No.
Have you ever done anything wrong to them?
No.
Why do you work?
Yes.
That's correct. Do you like work?
Yes.
If you enjoy what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. So if you have a job, you don't like it. You enjoy what you're doing, it's not a job. See what I'm talking about? You have a job. People think a job. You are confined to that job. But if you love it, you don't have a job.
Right.
That's what you love. It's not a job.
Mm-hmm.
stuff I do. It's not a job. I love what I do.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a job.
I see what you're saying.
You just don't think hard enough. You're worried about the outer crust all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm serious. When I asked you if you had a job and you said yes, then you don't like your job. Because then you brought up about retiring just so you can be the grandkid stuff. Well, if you do what you love, they'll never get in the way of the other thing you love.
Yeah.
Your kids, your family.
Mm-hmm.
See where I'm going with that now?
Mm-hmm. I do.
It's stupid.
It's not stupid. And now that I think about it, I would answer that differently. Because
you didn't know the whole question.
Yeah. I was just answering yes or no. Because and here's my thing, Parker, is when I think about that is, man, I don't feel like I gotta wake up and go to Chesapeake. I wake up with like, man, I gotta go in, and I literally do. I gotta go and help.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, if I feel like I'm helping and contributing back to a company or people, then I feel like
you feel good about yourself and secure. That's good.
Yeah, and at the same time, it doesn't matter if I've worked at Chesapeake for 14, 20 years, and when my time comes where they have to make cuts, they're going to have to make cuts.
Mm-hmm.
Does loyalty matter? Loyalty is a moral type of thing too.
Yes, but businesses, it's a dollar and cents.
Right. So business at that point becomes business, and
just like every morning when I wake up, I'm like, oh, I don't want to do this. I mean, you just roll out of bed and let's go.
Yeah.
You don't think.
Yeah.
But just like with my grandkids, okay, they want to do this, okay, everything gets put on hold, or I'll work it right in the schedule, let's go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And family is everything. If you ain't got family, you ain't got shit.
100%.
Trust me, I'm the only one but left in my family. Well, I got a sister, but
Out of 5?
Well, that's had a sister and 3 cousins. That was the 5 of us.
Oh, okay.
Well, I got thrown in jail one time up in Dalhart, Texas, and I called Dad, told him where I was at, and he said, "Okay, thanks for letting me know." Click. I mean, we got out that night anyway, but I was with another rancher, and
Yeah.
a little barroom brawl started. It wasn't our fault, but we
Ended it?
Yeah.
Finished it?
One guy that was there hit a cop by accident, but that's why we all went to jail. Cop grabbed him from behind. He just turned around and, in the barroom brawl, anything's free game.
Especially someone grabbing you from behind.
Yeah.
You don't know who he is from
Right.
behind.
So he hit a cop, and so we went to jail. It was 4 of us and the rancher's daughter all sitting in the cell.
Wow.
But he called his lawyer, and we got out in a hurry, which is surprising. Generally, up there with that XIT, you get in trouble on the weekend. You're there till Monday.
Yeah.
Maybe Tuesday. But telephone call, and we got right out.
Yeah.
Never had to show up for court or anything else. So whatever happened, it got dropped.
Yeah.
That's the wild side. I got some wild sides. What?
You probably have awesome stories, wild stories. I'm boring.
No, you're not.
Yeah, Parker, I've never been drunk, I've never been in a freaking fight. Never.
Fights aren't worth it.
Well, I know. But,
especially nowadays.
Well, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm older than you are. I'd probably win, but I may take a week or 2 to recoup.
You would win. That's why there's no odds on favors. It's the hands down. It's
old men don't play fair. We'll kill you in a hurry.
I'm not going to tempt like I said on the phone, I'm not going to tempt my fate if it's not my fate to get whooped by Parker. So,
tell you a little story. there were 4 or 5 boys at the house, high school kids, FFA kids and stuff that were there. And they had boxing gloves. They'd been boxing, and I showed up. And they're, come on, Mr. Parker, box. And I said, no. And they finally talked me into it. They put a glove on. They're trying to put the other glove on my other hand. I just need one glove. I said, what do you mean? No, you got to have 2 gloves. I said, no, you got your gloves. Let's go. That kid got ready to box, and I just stepped on his foot, just went to beat the tar out of him, put him on the ground, tripped him. He said, that's not boxing. I said, us old men don't play fair. But stepped on his foot, he couldn't go nowhere.
That's right. That's right.
I just needed one glove. That's it.
That's good. You're making me think deeper on things now.
That's why I said I can tweak some of these psychiatrists or these heavy thinkers. I can twist it around just to make them. It's fun then.
It's fun.
That's why I was ready for some hardball questions. You hadn't asked a hardball question yet. I'm serious.
Anything you regret in life?
Why? If I ain't done it, let's do it tomorrow. Don't do drugs but I'm just, you live life day to day. Let's go.
Yeah. Any advice you give your younger self?
Hit it just a little harder, because I'm not dead yet. Does that make sense?
Hit it harder because you're not dead yet.
Yeah. I've lived this long, so I should have done it just a little faster.
Mm-hmm.
Not trying to push myself in the grave, but have fun while you can. You're going to die one of these years. Never thought I'd live this long.
Yeah. What's the hardest thing about being a rancher?
Mother Nature. That's serious. You see Mother Nature. Mm-hmm. She throws a lot at you.
Yeah.
And you're a city dweller. You're worried about an icy road, a power outage, how much snow you get. That's just normal life.
Yeah.
What's your biggest fears? Or how you phrased it? Your younger self. What would you tell your younger self?
Take more chances. Don't be afraid. And don't be afraid to fail at trying to, let's say, become a professional soccer player. Don't be afraid to make a bad grade. Not afraid to make a bad grade. And not like I was going to get whooped, but the fear of letting my parents down to a certain extent. I didn't like that. But yeah, I don't fear dying anymore. Because like on my rant the other day, I don't fear dying. If I die, Marty should be, as far as set to live out, should be fine. As far as finances go, house, food on the table, she'll be able to afford that because I've planned on certain things. So I don't say I'm satisfied, but I feel fulfilled in that area.
You're comfortable with where you're at right now.
Mm-hmm. Always challenging, but
you can get run over by a car, struck by lightning.
Yeah.
Swallow one of them wide wath.
I'll tell you what, I do fear for the man that wants to really fight me, like literally wants to fight me, because he might get whooped and I might be going to jail.
Okay, you ready?
Not you, sir.
You just call your police buddies, your state troopers. I need some backup. Man down, man down.
Dude, couldn't get there fast enough. You'd be done with me.
Well, wrap this thing up. Let's go outside. You've kept me in here too long.
All right, let's do this. Okay.
I got you shook up then. What? Come on. Hang on. A second. Let's get serious here. Okay. Now, that's not what I wanted. I hit too many damn buttons. Now, what were you going to say without laughing?
Parker, thank you so much for taking your time to come on our podcast.
You're looking at the wrong damn camera. I hope you know that.
Parker, wait, I'm talking to you.
You're talking to your camera. You're trying to wrap up your dang...
I'm talking to you to wrap it up. So I need to make eye contact.
Well, no, you were talking to that to start with.
Well, I was going to
So what are we doing?
Okay, Parker, thank you so much for taking your time.
See, I got y'all jacked up. Not even trying. See how easy that is? I could have done that the whole thing.
All right. Parker, thank you so much for taking your time to come on our podcast.
You're welcome.
I got 2 more questions for you.
Uh-oh.
One question, if you don't mind looking at the camera. Jeff Parker, do you approve this podcast?
Yes, I do.
My name is Wong Lam. I love freedom. Mr. Parker loves freedom.
He does it the wrong way.
It's always the wrong way. There's not a right way. And how do people get in touch with you?
Oh, well, I guess I have a website.
Yeah, website. That's how I had to do it.
Got a stupid Twitter account. You can call, email, text. I don't know.
We'll post all that on there.
I don't handle all that stuff.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time and your friendship.
Enjoyed it.
All right. Yeah, let's go outside. You want to do a plank challenge?
You don't think I can do it, but...